Okay, what's up guys? I'm back here with another video. Merman Chase here. If you guys don't know who I am, I have a lawn care landscape company and I'm building a maintenance division to $1 million in revenue right now. We're over 75% of the way done and we will be there within the next 4 to 6 months. So in today's video, I want to teach you guys how I actually find employees because I find the funny thing is everyone has a problem with hiring people. Everyone doesn't know how to find good guys. Everyone always says this shit. There's no good talent in our industry. There's no good guys that you can hire and that can just get the job done. A lot of this has to do with, funny thing is, screening process and training. And I'll be honest, a lot of you guys don't do that. Most of you guys just hire people and expect everyone to know exactly how you think, exactly how you run your business, and they have to be perfect. The only people who could technically work at most people's companies are people who are super submissive, who just will take shit all day because they're not trained and they're just gonna get yelled at enough and just keep correcting it. So I'm gonna show you guys how I find people, how I find good talent, and I use this exact funnel. I have multiple funnels that I use, but this is the main one that I do use, and it's gonna be through Indeed. So all of you guys, it doesn't matter where you guys are, all of you guys have Indeed and you guys could hit this exact same funnel. So I'm gonna pop up a picture right now. And this picture is the diagram of my Indeed funnel because I do it in 4 different stages. So instead of me just, posting Indeed applications and just calling these people and putting them in, that's not good. You know, we have no screening process. We need a screening process. We need to get 100 leads. Out of 100 leads, we should have 15 people who actually show up. Out of those 15 people, we should have 3 people who get hired. So I'm not saying you have to hire 100 people, but you need to screen 100 people. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that, and I do this within the next 2-3 days. So I can do this in 2-3 days, and we're actively doing it right now. So as you can see at the top of the funnel, I'll pop the picture back up, we have Indeed job applicants. So obviously this is just posting your ad on Indeed and then getting applicants. I would say whatever your daily rate is, so if your daily rate is $180, right? A third of your daily rate, run it in daily ads. $60 a day. Because the whole point of you trying to hire someone, like, let's find someone now. We don't need to be waiting a week to find someone. Let's just get this over with fast. 2-3 days, you get a roster of guys for the next 2 weeks that are gonna be doing working interviews. So Indeed job applicants, this is where you're gonna post your actual ad. And then before they come in person, you need to do a phone or Zoom interview. A lot of times, if I have a lot of interviews that I have to do, I will switch it from phone calls to Zoom. If someone can't figure out how to get to Zoom, I don't really wanna hire them because they probably don't have that much problem solving skills, let's be honest. So what you'll notice is throughout this funnel, I throw in a lot of roadblocks on purpose because I'm trying to weed out incompetent people. People who are gonna be in your route and can't solve a basic problem. Can't change an edger blade. Can't change the string in the weed whacker and figure it out. Don't know how to maybe search on YouTube how to change the string. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to weed these people out beforehand, before they come into the company and before I hire them. Let's be honest, because most people just hire people before they even screen them or do a working interview. So then stage 3 is the working interview. Mind you, that doesn't mean everyone gets to stage 3. You have to pass the phone interview to get to the working interview. And after the working interview, that's where we select the people that we like, and those are gonna be our potential new hires. So a funny thing that I do is before it is time to hire people, I would run this Indeed funnel, and instead of me hiring people, I would build like a lead list of people that are accepted. Like, these are the people that I would have work at Grow. I'm gonna keep all their contact infos. And as soon as we need someone, I have a lead list of people that they probably are working somewhere else right now, but I can convince them to come at Grow. I'd rather get people who are switching jobs than people who don't have a job, because people who are switching jobs, are actually working. They're actually trying to do something. So it shows initiative that they actually want something out of life. And in my business, I don't know how you guys are, I'd rather have people who want something out of life so I can, develop people into GMs, develop people into operations managers, develop people up in the business, because my goal is to scale. And that should be all of our goal, to scale as big as possible. You might as well. So let me just break down a brief breakdown. I'm just gonna read this off of like what I have written down for stage 1, 2, and 3. Mind you, 4 is the potential new hires. That's like after that, it's like lead nurture of your employee leads. I'm not really going to go into that, but I want to show you guys exactly how these stages work and exactly how you get all these leads for employees. So stage 1, you set the budget for a third of the day, right? Per day rate. So if you're charging $180 a day, you're going to set $60 a day budget. After that, you're going to set the parameters. The parameters I use, if you guys want to use the exact same parameters, is 18 to 35, 3 months experience. I don't need you to have 2 years. 3 months. Trust me, I'll be able to tell your intelligence when I hop on a call with you. And then a valid driver's license. That's literally all I care about. Do you have 3 months experience? Have you touched a weed whacker? I don't want to teach people from literal scratch, but I don't need people to be pros, like either. Are you in between the ages 18 to 35? I don't really want people who are older. I don't really want people in high school who are still in school. If you're 20 and you're in college, I'm still not going to hire you. In school, I'm not hiring people in school. Out of school, 18 to 35. Let's just rephrase that. You're going to text all these applicants using a copy paste Indeed script. Mind you, this is the stuff I like show in the Grow Growth Club. If you guys want me to build funnels for you like this, so I can build you guys Indeed funnels and teach you guys exactly how I do what I do, the link for Law and Domination is below. And then if the Grow Growth Club is accepting new people, you guys can try to get into the Grow Growth Club because a lot of this stuff is in the Grow Growth Club as well. You probably won't be able to get in. I'm going to be completely real. Unless you already are doing over $10,000 a month, probably not going to get in the Grow Growth Club. But if you are over $10,000 a month, apply below. So you're going to text all these applicants back using copy-paste script so you can do it in speed. I'm not going to go into like what that copy-paste script is. I'm going to get yelled at by my team. Check in and text everyone copy-paste responses every 3 hours, specifically every 3 hours. Instead of you sending text back and forth with people throughout the entire day, every 3 hours, you're going to go see what people texted and copy-paste. Because you kind of have to do this on scale. If you're running $60 a day, I'm telling you, you're going to get a lot of applicants. If you're messing with over 100 applicants, you don't have time to be sitting there all day. It's like Facebook Marketplace. If you sit on Facebook Marketplace all day while you're selling an item, you can literally sit there all day long. That's inefficient. We have stuff to do. We also have to work. We have to work on our business. So you don't need to be sitting there all day. Every 3 hours, check, send the copy-paste responses. Stage 2, if they checked out, they are good, and you pre-screen them over text, and then you confirm all the details that you need to confirm before they hop on the call, then you're going to go to stage 2. Stage 2 is you're going to schedule calls via Calendly, quote unquote, why Calendly? Automated reminders. And then Calendly. So that's a scheduling app if you guys don't know what that is. That's when people schedule through there, it sends them text to like remind people that there's a call coming. So, you have more show rate. Use the call question sequence and confirm candidate answers all questions correctly. So we use this is what I want you guys to do. So obviously I'm not doing this for you guys unless you guys are doing law and dom. But if you guys aren't doing law and dom, I want you guys to genuinely think and write down the questions that you would ask employees and things you actually care about. You don't have to say, why do you want this job? That's stupid, bro. No one cares. What do you actually care about? What do you want to know about these people? That's what you need to write down, and you need to ask people and have a script of how you're asking people when they hop on call. Follow up with no-shows using a follow-up sequence. So just because someone doesn't show doesn't mean we don't follow up. All this is automated. We have all this automated through AI. If all good, schedule them for an in-person paid interview day. This is how we do our interviews. Because if someone checks all the boxes, 9 times out of 10, they know what they're doing and they don't have zero experience. And we're going to schedule them for a paid interview day. And this is going to be a working interview. So you went from a text interview on Indeed to a call or Zoom interview. If you have a lot of applicants and a lot of people passed, it's better to do Zoom because then that's going to weed out some incompetent people. And then after that call, then you schedule them for an in-person working interview. This is a day where you're just going to throw them on a route with a guy. Let's say this. If you pay your guys $200 a day, working interview is 50% pay. It's an interview. but we're not going to make you work for nothing. So we just give you 50% rate on a working interview day. And it is 1 day. There's no 2-day working interview. We're going to go through the applicants that we want to go through. If we're trying to hire one person, we at least have to do 5 working interviews, right? And if everything's good during the working interview, and during that working interview, that's like stage 3. So when you schedule them for these working interviews, you want to look at very key things. So I care about if someone knows how to mow grass good, but there's things I look for that are even more important. I care about how they look. How do they present themselves? Do they look like shit? Do they look like a bum, right? Do they look like a criminal? You know what I mean? You got to look out for these things because they're going to be on properties, and all these homeowners are going to be looking at your company this way. So they have to be a representation of your company now. How do they carry themselves? How do they speak? Do they speak proper? Do they speak with a bunch of slang? Do they sound ghetto? Like, this is how they're going to talk to your customers. So this is important. This is your brand. You got to understand when you hire people, they are hand in hand with your brand. They're hand in hand with you now. How are their problem solving skills? This is the thing. I throw cogs in the machine. I make problems happen to see if they know how to fix it. Like, if there's a gate that's a little wonky to open, I'll send them to go open the gate. I say, hey, can you just open that gate so when I'm mowing, I can just go in the back? Mind you, this is not me. I have a GM that's doing working interviews now. But that's what I was doing. Like, and I make him do that too. I say, can you open the gate so when I mow, I can go straight through the gate and not have to get off and open it? It's one of those hard gates where you got to reach over and do all this bullshit. I want to see if they have some problem solving skills. If they can't figure little simple things out, yeah, it's not looking good. You know what I mean? Basically, if they check out, then tell them you will have a decision by the weekend. And this is after you do all your working interviews. If they will be on the team, and then you go do more interviews. So for every one person, you want to do at least 5 working interviews. That's what you guys have to keep as a rule of thumb. Working interviews, not Zoom interviews, working interviews. Out of every 5 working interviews, you're probably going to do about 10 to 15 Zoom interviews or phone call interviews. Out of 10 to 15 phone call interviews, you're probably going to have DM'd or messaged about 30 to 45 people. And out of 30 to 45 people, the people you're messaging are probably, 50% of the amount of people who are actually applying. So you're going to have about 60 to 90 people who apply up front, and that's going to lead you down to one person. So for every 60, 90 applicants, you're going to funnel all that down to one person. And what I will tell you is it's pretty hard to not find a good guy when you have a screening process like that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys need any help, let me know. You guys have Lawn Dom in the description. Try to join the GGC if you're over 10K a month. But I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.